Me want cookie. On this day in history, November 10th, 1969, the beloved children's show Sesame Street debuted. Teaching generations of young children the alphabet and how to count, Sesame Street was the brainchild of Joan Ganz Cooney, a former documentary producer for public television. Her goal was to create a program for preschoolers and young children that was both educational and entertaining, and she wanted to help underprivileged children aged 3 to 5 prepare for kindergarten. Set in a fictional neighborhood in New York, Sesame Street included positive messages from ethnically diverse characters that showed children about the world around them. The show's premise was simple. Short, funny segments featuring puppets, live actors, and even animation would be used to capture the attention of young children. The model turned out to be incredibly successful, as some of the most notable segments come from little stories from its main characters. As the show was getting off the ground, Cooney hired puppeteer Jim Henson to create a family of puppets that would become institutions in the world of Sesame Street. Elmo, Cookie Monster, and everyone's favorite fluffy yellow bird, to name a few. Sesame Street has adapted with the times. As the world changed, Sesame Street introduced new characters with backstories that allowed children from around the world to see themselves reflected in and resonate with the character who looked and dealt with similar issues. In 2002, on the South African version of Sesame Street, Kami, a 5-year-old Muppet who was HIV positive, a disease that reached epidemic proportions in Africa, was introduced to help children who may be affected and were suffering at the hands of the disease. On the original show in the United States, Abby Kadabi, who encouraged diversity and provided a strong role model for girls, was the show's first female star character. Even as recently as 2019, a Muppet was introduced whose mother was battling addiction in an effort to teach kids about the dangers of the opioid crisis. Sesame Street has had a profound impact on societal culture, teaching children positive affirmations, how to cope with problems they may encounter in life, and how to be more considerate of one another. Approximately 80 million people have watched Sesame Street, and by 2022 it had received 222 Emmy Awards, more than any other television series in history. It is a global brand and is widely considered one of the greatest TV shows of all time.